Hello everyone, my name is Jalise. This is the JJ movie, TV show / game reviews. And right now I'm going to be doing all the Batman films, from the worst to the best. I'm just going to say which one's the best and which one's from the worst. And this is my personal opinion. I'm not going to compare the Dark Knight Trilogy, which is the more realistic of the Batman films, to Tim Burton's and the other Batman films that are like very not realistic. I'm also not including the animation one. So Batman Mask of the Phantom won't be on this. If it was, it would be very high. Or the Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, or Batman Sub-Zero, or something like that. No, I'm doing straight up the movies from all the way down. The only one I'm not including is the 1960 something Batman, because I have not seen it, and I would like seeing it, but right now I haven't been able to. So let's start off with the worst Batman film. And of course, the worst Batman film of all, and probably the worst comic superhero movie of all time, is Batman and Robin. Out of a 10, I gave that 2 stars out of 10. I mean, 2 out of 10. It's complete garbage. The only reason why you should watch this film, unless you want to shoot yourself. I'm sorry, this is a terrible, it's one of the most god-awful tragedy. It must die. It's a tragedy to all Batman fans. It's a tragedy to all comic fans. It's a tragedy to all the movie industry. It's garbage. The only 2 things I like about it is Poison Ivy. I like the girl to play Poison Ivy, and I liked how it looked like an old Batman film, like the Wayne Manor looked old, and then we don't get to see like the library books or like some of that stuff. But the bat nipples, the stupid costume changes is just stupid, and it should never be a part of. Definitely the worst Batman film, including the animations, of all time. Let's get that done. Now, this film, I know a lot of people are going to hate me for it, but the next worst Batman film is none other than the Dark Knight Trilogy. I mean, not the Dark Knight Trilogy, the Dark Knight Rises. Dark Knight Rises is by far... Hang on. The Dark Knight Trilogy, Dark Knight Rises, is, to me, not a good Batman film at all. I hate the idea that everyone loves this film because it's the end of the Dark Knight Trilogy. But here's the thing. No one loved the Dark Knight Trilogy as soon as Dark Knight came out. They didn't like Batman Begins. A lot of people didn't enjoy Batman Begins as much as Dark Knight. So as soon as Dark Knight Rises came out, they're like, oh yeah, we have to see it. It's the greatest trilogy of all time. But Dark Knight Rises is a bad film. I'm sorry. The guy that plays Bane, he has this little voice problem right there. I don't mind that. I don't hate that. Anne Hathaway's Catwoman was the best part of this movie, even though I had some complaints about her costume-wise, that they only fixed on her ass and not her acting. She was really great in her. Anne Hathaway played a perfect Selena Kyle, really brought into the bank robbing business. What I didn't love about this film is the entire plot. Batman, for a good 7-8 years, is nothing but moping over a girl that he lost. He quits being Batman and he quits being Bruce Wayne. The company's pouring down. He's in a vulnerable position more than ever. He decided he's on a suicide run to destroy Bane, who is basically taking control of the League of Shadows, which is interesting. And most of the part about this is that Bane could kill Batman. He has everything. He has a nuclear bomb. He can press it any time. And it's just stupid. It's like a 1960s plotline. Okay, I'm gonna lock Batman in a cage far away with just a little, and have a bomber out here with just enough seconds for a Batman to come in and save the day. What total bullshit. It's a total cop-out of the Christopher Nolan trilogy of Batman, and I thought it was a complete bombshell. Well, there are some great moments. The acting is good. The action scenes are pretty good, too. It's just this overall story and the plot really brought this hill down. I do like the Maria Cotillard as Talia al Ghul. If you know what I'm talking about, and yeah, that's a nice twist. Batman survived a nuclear explosion. I don't care if it's autopilot, radiation, all that stuff. Here's the thing. Christopher Nolan has made the first 2 Batman films, Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, very realistic. So I'm not basing how great it was compared to those 2 films, but how realistic this film should have been. And this just takes all the realisticness from the first 2 Christopher Nolan Batman films, and this one just makes it a total fantasy, and it's just really stupid. I'm sorry, I gave this a 6.5 out of 10. I did not enjoy this film at all. I hate that. I don't hate this film, but I hate the idea that people love it so much, and there's no good reason really why to get over dramatic. If you would love Bane, then I can understand why you like Bane. Bane was an awesome character. He has great, he has great dialogue. It's just the voice a little mixed up, but I don't mind it. Again, but it's definitely not 4 stars or anything like that. It's a 6.5 out of 10. Next up is actually a good film, Batman Forever. I love Batman Forever. That's right, I said I love it. Because ever since Batman Returns was gone, people were like, oh, it's so dark and scary. No. Batman Forever is mostly about, Batman Returns was so dark and scary that they needed to tone down. So he did it very childish. And this one, Batman Forever, is more like a comic book movie / with the real life characters. Val Kilmer plays Batman in this one, who, if you've known him from the movie Tombstone, he plays the blind guy in some other movie, but I enjoy him as Batman. The suit is okay. The Batmobile is awesome. The gadgets are awesome. The fight scenes were actually getting good. Jim Carrey's Riddler is the best part of this movie. He really does the character credit and the comic character credit. Tommy Lee Jones' Two-Face, he had fun with it. It was it's not something that is so serious like the Dark Knight trilogy, Dark Knight Rises should have been. So, yeah. I enjoyed this because also Nicole Kidman actually had a great love interest for Batman. I actually enjoyed her character. The only reason why I ain't higher than most other Batman films because it doesn't leave you something like, oh, is Nicole Kidman going to be the new Batman movie like in Batman Robin? Sad to say no. Because necessarily she didn't reject him or anything like that. But she knows about his secret, so I want to see where they go from there, which they didn't. Also, they introduced Robin in this. I actually enjoyed Robin, the guy that played Robin, Chris O'Donnell. He was good in there, but I think they could have saved him for Batman and Robin the movie, not Batman Forever. But overall, this was still a very, very good not very, very good movie, but it was a good film. And it's good for laughs, and it's good to see a little action scene. If you just want to watch a Batman film, no matter what it is, this is definitely the perfect one to watch. So, out of a 10, I give this an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed this. I actually enjoyed this more than I thought I did. Next up, number 4 on the list is none other than Batman, the original one. This stars Michael Keaton as Batman and Jack Nicholson as the Joker. This was a really, really great Batman film. It really brought a lot of like who Batman is. His parents have died. How he's a little psychologically disturbed. He's very much like a hermit. I don't care for his love interest in this. I'm serious. A reporter, a Joker suddenly falls and heals over, and so does Batman. I don't think it's a big thing, their love interest. I felt more of a connection between Val Kilmer's character and Nicole Kidman character. But overall, I enjoyed this entire film. Jack Nicholson I love my favorite line of his, like, you ever dance to the devil in the pale moonlight? And it was such a great moment right there, and I enjoyed Batman, the movie. So yeah, it's a very, very good film. Out of a 10, 8.5. Number 4. Now, number 3, it was a favorite Batman film for me for a long time, and that's Batman Returns. I don't care if it's dark. I don't care if it's too creepy. You can't judge films on if it's too dark, too creepy, or too good, too sure of that. You have to watch a film and enjoy it. If it has a good plotline, good characters, you should definitely check it out. They have a perfect cast with Danny DeVito plays the Penguin, who is very ghoulish looking, and I enjoy him. I enjoy Michelle Pfeiffer's character. She was the all-star about this entire film. Michelle Pfeiffer's Selena Kyle was amazing. Black Letter, the one-liners, her craziness. Michael Keaton's work as Batman is as best as you could get right now. I enjoyed this film tremendously. I love this film. Out of a 10, I give this a 9 out of 10. It completely skyrockets Batman, the original movie. And I enjoyed this film really much. And yeah, like I said, 9 out of 10. Very good film. Now, we're going to number 2 or number 1. Now, what's number 2? I'm sorry, people, it ain't. I mean, what's number 1? Nope, it's not Dark Knight. Dark Knight's number 2. Don't get me wrong, this is such a great, great film. The reason why I'm putting, number 1 is going to be Batman Begins over The Dark Knight, because this is more felt like a super villain movie and a hero. And this is such a great, great film. If people like Batman, The Dark Knight over Batman Begins, I completely understand. They're both awesome movies. They're both great action movies in a way, and this is really does the history of like why Joker will always be Joker, and Batman will never kill Joker, and Joker will never kill Batman because Batman won't kill no one. Joker won't kill Batman because he's too much fun, and that's why they're destined to do this forever. Such a great film. We get to see the birth of Harvey Dent. I don't ever care. I never really liked the love interest of any of the Batman Christopher Nolan films. Not really. But overall, I enjoyed this film tremendously. It's such a great film. What can I say? They have an all-star cast. Gary Oldman, Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine. Oh my God, there's so many great actors. Christian Bale. Heath Ledger's the Joker, which he passed on. I enjoy Heath Ledger's Joker tremendously. Why so serious? Great one-liners, great stories of what Batman's willing to sacrifice for the city. And it's his name and reputation in order to keep the soul of Gotham intact. So yeah, this is definitely number 2. But very close to number 1. And number 1 is Batman Begins. Batman Begins, it has to be probably my favorite origins superhero movie of all time. Because, you know, I like others have superhero films a little bit better than the Batman Begins. This was the best origin. They built it gracefully with the villain as Ra's al Ghul, the teacher of Batman, and this played by Liam Neeson, who's a great actor. And Christian Bale's always great in this film. It's really the origins of why Batman became Batman, why he feels like anger, regret, and sadness for not saving his parents, and while he's leaving Gotham to rot, he's coming back to restore the balance to free Gotham of the evil and to rebuild his family's legacy. It's a great film. I love this entire film. It's my favorite Batman movie of all time, obviously, so number 1 for sure. Okay, let's start off again. There has been 7 Batman films. Well, technically 8 if you count the 1960. But the worst one is definitely Batman and Robin. That's total trash. 2 out of 10. And after that is Dark Knight Rises. A lot better than Batman and Robin. 6.5 out of 10. Just a stupid plot line. I'm sorry, people, but it's not that good of a film. Sorry. And after that, it's Batman Forever. Like I said, I love this film. It's corny in some ways and it's silly, but it's a good laugh. 8 out of 10. Yeah. So number 4 on the list, and then Batman. The original was good, Jack Nicholson, but not enough star power to make it number 1. Number 1, of course, number 3 is Batman Returns. Great, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, Danny DeVito as the Penguin, Michael Keaton as Batman. Great plot. One of my favorite Batman films of all time. One of my favorite superhero movies of all time. Number 2 is The Dark Knight. Excellent film. I can't really complain that people like number 1. The Batman Begins over Dark Knight. I could switch it. I don't want to switch it because I love Batman Begins. But I could easily understand why they want to switch it. Dark Knight's a great film. Absolutely amazing. And Batman Begins, a lot of people should really check this film out. They skip this just to watch The Dark Knight because they saw the Joker, which ain't never seen Batman Begins that much. I know a lot of people who've never seen Batman Begins and they saw The Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, but they never watched really Batman Begins, which they all should. It's a great film. Check it out. Alright, this is the JJ Movie TV Show review, so worst to the best Batman films. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a comment and try to be respectful to other people's comments on this. This is Jalise, signing off.